good morning, and greetings from Addison, Texas, from Katrina Marable. How are you guys doing? Just wanted to jump on here this Friday morning and say hello, whatever time it is when you are listening to this. Greetings. I love you. I'm excited to be a part of your virtual journey here on the internet and all over the world, obviously. But I just wanted to just share something very near and dear to my heart, and that's about freedom. What it looks like for you, what it looks like for most people. We look at freedom in terms of um, just waking up every day and just being free to go across the street and purchase maybe an orange juice or a coffee. But I'm talking about that internal freedom. There's nothing like it. Even when you feel like you're closed off or closed in, that internal freedom is the thing that breaks all barriers. And it's the thing that will catapult you and cause you to act upon everything that the Most High has given you to do on this earth. You see, I remember a time back in the 80s and early 90s when I felt so bogged down and so like stuck in my own life. And sometimes you can even be enjoying things, but still feel so locked in, so stuck. And I told myself, I don't want this anymore. I started a business because, yes, that's what they say. When you start a business, you have more freedom, you have more time, you can do what you want, you make the decisions. Not so much so. Having a business does not always equal freedom. Having a business doesn't always equal you having more time. It just doesn't. But when you begin to allow the Most High to deliver you and heal you from old mindsets and old ways of thinking, when you're doing these things that seemed so locked in, it won't be locked in anymore because you have that inner freedom. And no matter where you go, you will never be locked in again. And it's having that inner freedom that you will learn to establish those outer freedoms. You will learn to say no to this and yes to that and let's do that. Because I make it a point every day, wherever I'm at, to just get out, to walk, to meet strangers and make them friends. Now, granted, they're not always going to be friends, but just talk to a stranger. See where their heart is. See, talk to them about their culture and lifestyle. You can learn a lot when you meet. I remember my mom when she would send us off. She was like, "Now don't talk to strangers," and everybody would look at me, and I'm like, "Why are they looking at me?" Yeah, because I am that mother's child that will talk to strangers. Now, if I don't feel right, I won't, because the Holy Spirit be like, "Yeah, you probably need to keep walking." But for the most part, if I'm standing next to you in the line or we're just out in the park and I feel the unction of the Holy Spirit, I'm going to talk to you. And we're going to learn some important things about him first and about us second. But having that inner freedom to do the things that you love to do is very key. So you're saying, well, how did you get that inner freedom? Okay, so here's the application. I don't know if y'all ready for it. No, let me turn this on. Yeah, y'all might be ready for it. Here's the application to gain internal freedom. Spending time. It's simple. There's not a NASA equation that you have to figure out. There's no scientific thing that you have to do. There's no lab you can go to. Trust me. Spending time with the Most High. Yes, guys. I'm telling you. No. I know a lot of you say, there she go, talking about church again and da. No. Forget the church. I'm not talking about church because you are the church. I'm talking about that personal, intimate, detailed relationship with the Father in spirit and in truth. I'm talking about laying out with Him daily, laughing, talking, enjoying life with Him, asking Him the questions that you want to ask Him. Just really letting Him show you who He is and begin to show you who you are in Him. And then when you develop that relationship with Him, then the next thing you got to do is develop a relationship with yourself. Yeah, I know you guys saying she's trying to make me schizophrenic. She trying to make people think I'm crazy by talking to myself. Yeah, I do want you to talk to yourself. I want you to talk to the self, the part that is causing you to be stagnated. I want you to talk to the part of you that's causing you to be locked down and your mouth clamped shut and not being able to move into the things that He's called you to move. The part that gives you that inner peace, that inner freedom. Yeah, I want you to talk to that person. Get to know that person. Get to know why that person is so much in bondage. And when you discover why that person is in bondage, you will know how to help that person break out of prison. Yes, I don't know if I could say that here on social media. They may think I'm starting a heist, but I'm not. I'm talking about the internal prison of our minds and our heart. Those places. Yes, those places. We don't think it's prison in terms of that. But those places. Get to know yourself. Have fun and enjoy yourself. I remember back in the 90s, my friend used to say, how could you go to the movies by yourself and you go out to eat by yourself? And we laugh about it now. And I said, yes, because my grandmother used to tell me, this was before I knew a lot of stuff about my spiritual side. I just listened to my grandmother. She used to tell me, you got to get to know yourself. And I was like, oh, how do I do that? And I used to tell my grandmother, I'm not going to do that by myself. I'll just call Faye. That's my friend. I'll just call her. She'll go. We'll go together. But no, there was a time where we got grown. Faye was on her own. I was on my own. We were in two different states, two different cities, wherever we were. So I had to do those things by myself. I had to go out to eat by myself. I had to do those things. And I'm glad I did because I learned who I was. I discovered things about me, what makes me laugh, what makes me cry, what triggers me, the things I need to be healed from, delivered from, the set free from, the things I really love to do. I learned the creative side of who I was. I learned how to be, like seriously be. And so I want that for you. I want that for you. So I'm going to challenge you over the next few days. Begin to tell your story to yourself of what that looks like for you. Well, I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.